Day of April, and Duane Flagel joins us in the studio. How are you, my friend?
I am just great. How about
Good.
yourself?
Have a decent Easter?
I did. Everybody, it's a great time. Easter is, I love it, one of my favorite holidays, I guess. Besides all of the really, truly meaning of it, it's kind of a fun thing in the fact that it's a family time and everybody gets together, and unlike Christmas and Thanksgiving, where you have a nice family get together, but it's pretty much private in the house, and everybody like that. But when you Easter and Mother's Day, you tend to have the brunches out in the restaurants.
A lot of advertisements for that this time.
That's right,
too, yeah.
and so we're typical. We son-in-law and daughter and grandchildren. We went out yesterday in one of Des Moines' finer restaurants, and as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about a couple things. Number one, I could actually, because I wear concept hearing aids, I could actually hear my grandchildren, and we had a good time, and they always have something interesting to say. It's totally different than what anything I would think of, but they have some interesting comments, particularly the younger ones. They're just...
What was the topic of discussion?
Oh, I won't even go into that, but but it's stuff I don't understand. I mean, but the other thing is it's different is everybody's going like this all the time. You don't have to have a great conversation anymore. You just do all the digital stuff. But what I found interesting was not our brunch, but you have all the different tables around there, and you kind of get a chance to look at everybody and see what's going on. And about 2 tables over, there's another family group similar to ours, grandma, grandpa, mom and dad, and 2 or 3 kids. And the first thing I noticed is the daughter is saying, "Well, Dad, you sit over here so you can hear better." Okay. Well, now I've heard this story before. I've been in this story before. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm watching a little bit, and it gets worse. Pretty soon, they're talking, but they have to talk really loud. So grab here. So we are all part of their conversation, as well as 2 or 3 other tables around that. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, and my wife gives me one of the "don't you dare" looks, because
already your wheels are turning, aren't they? Yeah.
I was about to go over there and say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the point. Okay, here you are in this group of people, and you are, I always say when somebody in the family has a hearing loss, the whole family has a hearing problem. Well, this was a really great situation where proved that not only did the family have a hearing problem, but everybody in the restaurant near this family had a hearing problem. Mm-hmm. You want to go over there and say, "Do you realize that he really needs some help, and why don't you do something about it? Because if you don't do something about it, he's 5 times more likely to get dementia. He's going to lose his memory 30% faster."
Right.
You can see why my wife is holding me down. Mm-hmm. But
you're just trying to help, right?
But anyway, think about it. And I know that certainly was repeated thousands of times yesterday across this country and the state and everything like that. But why not, when you have an opportunity to take care of the parent, the grandparent, whatever, do something about it. Don't sit there, because he was miserable. Mm-hmm. They were miserable. Everybody around them was somewhat miserable, and you don't think about it. And he's totally oblivious to it, because he can hear what he can hear, but he doesn't realize what he can't.
Well, what if he's saying, "I was in a crowded restaurant and with all the extra bodies in there, that's what made it hard for him to hear"?
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a difference between us just here talking and maybe being able to hear well, but there's another one, you're in a really loud space in a crowd. How are hearing aids
there is a difference.
changed?
I mean, obviously, but the bottom line, I could hear with hearing, it's pretty obvious, and you'll notice when you see people that are really, really talking loud or screaming loud, it's an issue, okay? And like I said, it was an issue for not only that family, but everybody around them. And it's easily, probably correctable.
Do you find the people that have the hearing loss in that situation say, "Well, of course I couldn't hear because of what Jackie said, it was a crowded restaurant. How can anybody hear?"
Yeah, well, there's always an excuse, no matter what the situation is. You can rationalize anything if you try hard enough.
Duane, know what I see on your experience yesterday? I see a commercial written all over that.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound
I see that built right around that whole experience that you had, because it'd be be a life experience that everybody can relate to.
Absolutely, and I'm shocked. You know, I say this all the time about people, you know, do something about it, you know, get them some help, everything like that. And here I'm thinking, hey, I'm living this. This is, you know, and this is just not theory. I'm actually involved in the movie.
Well, how often do you get the whole family together anymore? A couple, 3 times a year, you know? And
that's it.
You want to hear what's going on, and
that's
you
right.
can't.
Well, and like I said, and it's, like I said, you know, he missed a lot of what I'm sure his grandchildren, most of us got what his grandchildren were saying.
And what they're doing.
but seriously, it's some of the things, like they say, they come up with is, you know, it's just totally off the wall. And if you're not there and hearing this, there's no repeat, there's no replay of that, you know.
Well,
I mean,
maybe somebody's watching us now and they're saying, you know, something that happened to us too, and now it's time, we need to do something.
That's what I think. And you know what?
What can we do?
You can call 800-792-9564, 800-792-9564, or iowahearing.com on the web. And this month we're having a special on our Premier 7, which is a great hearing aid, one that your father should seriously consider. Okay, and we're offering that at 25% off the pair.
There you go. All right, so take advantage of that. So please tell me that you distracted your wife long enough where you gave them a business card.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Duane,
I wanted
disappointed in you.
to, but like I said, I got one of those looks that it probably was better not to do that. So
We all know the look.
He got the look from Roxette years ago, but how about that? All right, so once again, 25% off.
25% off the Premier 7 all the month of April, and call 800-792-9564 or iowahearing.com on the web.
All right, man. Well, good to see you.
Good to see you. See you next month.
See you. It is 7:20.